pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in
the first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
So here are the Cowboys now. Quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking.
Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll set up to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Herbert now. And that's complete to Trey McKinney, the tight end. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to throw here, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Once more, here's Eckler. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on 1 throw.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on 3rd down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. He has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one. No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Back to throw now on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete.
Now that'll bring up second down. Now a give here to Pollard. Down right around the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Back to throw here. This is caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. L.A. readies for its next possession. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his target, Allen. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert going back to Allen. He's got him again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Herbert on first down now. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Running on first down, Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. It's Eckler again. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he had a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now.
49, guys.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now back to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop it.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Herbert.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And they will take over 1st and 10. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense.
Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that tempo.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Open man is Higgins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. James Washington, a touchdown reception. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Nick Chubb, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Laviska Shenault, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, Herbert working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, Eckler. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown. And this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll hand off here to Eckler. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Up the middle with Eckler. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. On 2nd down and 4. Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A handoff, it's Eckler. He showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. Tackle made by Chase Young. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
wisely will throw that one away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Herbert will give drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get him much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves him with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll run left with Pollard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Here's Pollard again. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen with this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. You start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 24, Herbert. Allen's got it complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Eckler now between the tackles. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 40-yard line. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert now. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On first down, it's Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Throwing again on second down. Herbert. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. Herbert back to the air. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
49's the mic, watch 49. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught again by Schultz. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Back to throw again. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On the draw, it's Pollard. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Herbert and the Chargers down by 2 touchdowns. 1:55 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing, Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Kelly on 4th down. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Now Herbert uses the stiff arm. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Herbert. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Herbert to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. Herbert going to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? All comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. There's 3 turnovers by that offense. That's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Dallas, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.